Simone. Hi guys. Hi. I really need to fix my sleep schedule. My phone died in the middle of the night tonight and I woke up at 2. And it's really bad because I like made a conscious effort to go to bed yesterday early. And I couldn't fall asleep. Hi Kathleen. I couldn't fall asleep until 5 a.m. anyway, because that's what I'm used to working till now, and so that was great. That was really, really great. Hi guys, hi Sammy. Sina. We all like to see Cindy get treats, so let's start on a positive note and give Cindy a treat or two. Sinona. Sinona. Good news today for those of you who are on Patreon. There is a video coming out. I'm not going to tell you which one, but it's going to be Patreon exclusive. It's either going to be about my immigration journey or about, oh, what just happened? That was so weird. Or culture shocks. God. Or culture shocks. And I'm not going to tell you which one because it's a surprise. Listen. Why does this keep doing that? That's so weird. I'm so confused. Like, let's try it differently. Okay. This is so strange. Oh, I think it's because the cable. Okay, well. Here. Sina. Sit on. Hey, Sina. Uh-huh. Why are you high-fiving me? Slava Ukraini. Good girl. This is so strange. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the cable because, there we go. This is why. So this cable has like a little weight on it in order basically for it to not slip, and I think that weight was like giving a hard time to my gimbal that I use as a tripod often. What, you want another one? Fine. You were a very good girl yesterday, so I'm gonna give it to you. It was the eggplant eyeing that. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I'm gonna have some content with that too. Okay. My God, Cindy. What's up, you crazy thing? She does have googly eyes, right? And she's just like, I want my food. All I want is food. Also, so do you guys use Nespresso? Because I have an espresso machine and I really love it, but I was waiting for them to exit Russian market until I could like use it again. Looks like they did. But they launched a new like special edition summer pods collection, and they have these like this like tropical coffee one, and then they have this coconut one, and it's really good. So I'm kind of obsessed with it. Yeah, I have an espresso as a gift from a family member. Hi, a while ago, because everybody in my family except for my dad, well, not everybody, but my grandma and Anastasia have an espresso. So I use a Vertuo. Oh, wow. Yeah, Carrie, I'm very particular about sleep too. Like, it needs to be perfect temperature too. Yeah, I will show you. Well, thank you, I guess. There is a very strange comment. Yeah, I'll show you which pods I use. I just got them like a week ago or something. I went to an espresso store and I saw, because you know how they have like special editions, like sometimes they will have the Peru coffee that's very rare, like the Blue Mountain or something like that. That's very, very rare and very good. I love that coffee, but it's so expensive that I very rarely buy it because like normally an espresso sleeve is like what, $10, and that one is like 25. But I'll show you which ones I got at the Nespresso store, and they're really, really good. So if you have an espresso, I highly recommend you try it. One second. And they have it for Vertuo and for regular. So I have. Yeah, see, I'll be back. Here. What's up? What's up, baby? So I have these. So this is the coconut one, and it's called Tropical Coconut. And the one that I'm drinking right now is this one, and it's called Exotic Liminia. So it's really good. If you like an espresso, I highly recommend you try it. This one's a little like sweet, so if you don't like sweet coffee, I would, well, not like sweet, but this one has like fruity notes to it. Oh my God, Carrie, you took your sound machine camping in I mean, hey, you need what you need. I'm all for glamping, you know? And then this one's coconut, and this one's actually really good. And I would say that I normally don't really like coconut and things, but it's pretty good, this one. Also, when you get an espresso machine, they give you, when you get your Nespresso machine, they give you pods with it, like as a like high welcome, and it's like a big pod tasting thing. Ooh, that's nice. The Liminia probably is a little lemon based. It's a little sweet and a little bitter. It's a very interesting flavor, but it's sweet. I will say it's kind of sweet for coffee. And then they're meant to be iced coffee pods. But I just, my morning coffee has to be warm. Unless I'm getting it from a store. Also, my dad sends me a random tracking number for FedEx today and goes, hey, keep an eye out. And I was like, what? So I'm over here sitting and waiting for FedEx. I don't know what's coming to me from my dad. It says original destination Czech Republic. I mean, as in like original where it came from, Czech Republic. And I'm like, Dad, what is it? What's in it? And he's like, you'll see. And I'm like, okay. And so I don't know when FedEx is coming. I don't know what's in it. I know it's my dad, so I'm just like, oh, I'm just happy to have whatever it is. But I'm so curious now, and the man won't tell me. And he gives me this tracking number, and he's just like, don't miss it. And I'm like, okay, I'm home. I'm not gonna miss it. But what did you send me from Czech Republic? Why Czech Republic? That's so weird. But so yeah, so there is that. And someone asked, well, Carrie asked what I put in my coffee. So oh gosh, my coffee journey is a lot. Hi Igor. So normally, what I used to put in my coffee is, do you want to go over my full coffee journey of how we got here, or do you just want a simple answer? Because I never know, and I don't want to bore anybody. But like my coffee preferences have changed so much over the years. Hi Walter. Good morning, Lucy. So you let me know, full coffee journey. Okay, so I come from Lviv, where we are very much obsessed with coffee. And it's funny because I was talking to somebody the other day, well actually not somebody, but my history teacher. I was talking to her the other day, and she was saying how she was in a different region of Ukraine, and she was in a cafe, and people heard that she sounds like she's from Lviv. So they were like, oh, don't get coffee here. You're not going to like it. It's not good. And you're from Lviv. I know you want good coffee. So as I mentioned previously in one of my videos, actually a man named Yuri Kulchitsky brought coffee to Europe. He opened the first high-gram coffee shop in Vienna. He was helping with the battle for Vienna, and he was one of the main people who allowed Vienna to win. Hi, Jacob. So he was one of the first people that allowed Vienna to win. And Turkish people that he was fighting against, they left over coffee beans. And so he took those coffee beans and he figured out what they are and how to make them. Hi, Kay. What they are and how to make them, and he brought them to Vienna, and he opened the first coffee shop in Vienna called Viennese Coffee. Now, he was a man from Lviv, and his name was Yuri Kulchitsky, so he then brought coffee to Lviv. And so Lviv is known as like the coffee snob capital of Ukraine and in general, because the man who brought coffee to Europe is from Lviv. And so we're all extremely obsessed with coffee, and when I say we're extremely obsessed with coffee, we're so snobby. We're so incredibly snobby. My mom drinks 7 double espressos a day at the minimum. At the minimum. I know that I'm giving like a very long intro before I start with what I start, but so my mom drinks 7 double espressos a day. We have a million different coffee makers at home. My mom really likes those Italian like pour over style coffee makers. When I first moved to the US, my mom would send me coffee beans, like Illy and Lavazza coffee beans. And she would send me pour overs all the time because she was like, oh my gosh, New York coffee in general tastes like urine. And at first, when I first moved to the US, the coffee was very different because we didn't have all of these like artisan coffee shops. We had like a bunch of coffee shops that were chains that were better than Starbucks, but we didn't have like these hole in the wall like really good coffee shops unless you really went searching for them. Right now it's popular, the artisan coffee, but 11 years ago it was not at all. And so there was Starbucks in every corner. And when my mom first visited, she was complaining about Starbucks more than anybody had complained about anything, because she literally just kept being like, I can't drink this urine, I can't drink this urine, I can't drink this urine. And so my mom, every time she visited, she would bring like half of her suitcase was literally like coffee beans, and she would leave them for me. She was like, I can't leave you here with this garbage. And so when I first was drinking coffee in the US, I would literally drink mostly homemade coffee. I had a coffee grinder. I would grind my Illy and Lavazza beans, and I would make them pour over style and put some milk in them. Then as life goes and you're in college, and it's not like you need coffee all the time, and it's not like you have access to premium coffee in the middle of your lectures. So there was a Starbucks in front of my school. I started drinking lattes from Starbucks because they're like regular coffee without milk. To me, it tastes like urine. So I needed milk and like syrup and something just to get the caffeine, and sort of just to like have like, I don't know, a drink that I don't despise. So I used to drink a lot to Reserve Roastery. No, because see, you have that in Seattle for a while. In New York, it opened 3 years ago, and my mom has not visited in the last 3 years. So, or 2 years ago. In New York, it opened fairly recently. But my mom, you can't convince my mom to go to Starbucks. She's literally not going to step foot in it unless there is no other coffee shop anywhere. So then in New York, coffee shops started opening, and they started being more popular. And I personally prefer cold drinks for everything. Like, I like iced everything, except if it's my first cup of coffee in the morning. So then there were a lot of like nice coffee shops that were opening around, and I was, hi! I'm late, actually. I was supposed to do this at 1, but, you know. So we've started getting like smaller places and smaller like smaller chains and stuff like that. And so I've discovered that there was a place near my college, and it was called My Wake Up, and it was Israeli coffee, and it was really good. So I started drinking like just cold brew, iced, I would add a little bit of caramel syrup to it, and that was my coffee. Thank you. And to overcook the roast and ruin the beans. Yes, Starbucks in general, it's like Dunkin' Donuts is watery coffee, and Starbucks is over roasted coffee. I'm sorry for everybody who's from Seattle. But so yeah, and I'm sorry for everybody who thinks that Starbucks is good coffee. I will personally bring you to good coffee shops, and I will personally introduce you to what coffee is supposed to taste like, coming from a coffee snob. And so I started drinking coffee black. Then the Israeli place closed, and so then I started getting anxiety from drinking coffee, and I started drinking tea for a while because I couldn't drink coffee. I started getting anxiety, which is why, like, in general, it wasn't because of coffee, but it's just because, like, I already had anxiety, and coffee was just making it worse. So for 3 years, I could not drink coffee, and you have no idea how upsetting that is for somebody who literally started drinking coffee at the age 12. And I was just like, oh my, because I just like the taste of coffee. I love coffee. Like, in college, I could drink, I don't know, 5 to 7 coffees a day, and it's like, it wouldn't keep me up. It's just like, it's just a drink for me. Like, it would just give me a little bit of energy. From a pawn shop when we were in college because of over roasting in the local coffee shops. Yeah, that's awesome. So, frankly, what if you guys were on the live with me and John, where he was telling you how we met? We met because, well, first we met in a French class, and then we became friends because I kept inviting him to get coffee before class, and it was really funny because I would like message him, and I'd be like, hey, do you want to meet me at like Starbucks? I'm getting a cup of coffee. And he was like, oh, I just had one. And I'd be like, and you don't want a second one? You don't want a third one? And like, what do you mean you just had one? So I had one at home too. But I need one for class. What? I would just always be like, hey, let's get coffee, coffee on me. And he was just like, this woman is freaking crazy. He's like, I don't understand how you live. How do you drink so much coffee and survive? And I was just like, I don't understand what does coffee do to you? Like, to me, it's just a drink. And he was just like, dude, I would literally lose my mind if I drank as much coffee as you. And I was just like, no. All of the baristas in like coffee shops near my school knew me. And you know how you have those like punch cards? Basically, I would fill those punch cards almost every day because my Wake Up, the Israeli coffee shop that I really liked, they had 6 coffees and 7 free. And so I would get a free coffee basically every other day. And so at some point they would just give me my morning coffee for free. They just knew, like, I would be running late to the lecture, and they would just have like the coffee sitting there for me because I was like, you know, I was probably driving their business. And oh, hi Melanie. And basically, yeah, so, and then I couldn't drink coffee for like 3 years, and it was awful. It was so awful because also for me, like, coffee is oh, well, first of all, my Wake Up was not super expensive. Second of all, I had really bad like eating habits in college. To be fair, I also didn't spend a lot of money in college on anything but like coffee, and I ate very little. Like, it was not great, but I definitely had like an eating disorder in college, and well, this is a whole other thing that I'm not gonna get into. Maybe I'll get into it in a video one day. But I've had like I've suffered from eating disorders at multiple times in my life, and I definitely was going through one in college as well. Yeah, instant coffee is horrendous. Don't drink it. It's not even coffee. It's gross. Yeah, Kat, definitely. But yeah, I've gone through multiple phases of different eating disorders in my life, and in college, I definitely had like a very big spike of one. And I mean, I can get into it in a video, but I'm definitely not gonna get into it right now. And so yeah, trust me, I was mostly spending my money on coffee in college. So so not necessarily on anything other than that. So I wasn't spending that much money. And what else? Yeah, and so then I couldn't drink coffee for 3 years, and for me it was really upsetting because for me, coffee is also like the aspect of socializing. Like in Lviv, let's go get coffee means like let's go hang out, and we're inevitably gonna get coffee multiple times while we do that. But it doesn't mean that we're gonna go get coffee. It means we could go to the theater. It means we could go to the ice skating rink. It may literally anywhere. It just still you call your friend and you go like, hey, let's go get coffee. So when I couldn't drink coffee, it was really weird because also like I've made friends with every barista in every coffee shop that I've ever stepped into, because like near my work there were 3 coffee shops and I would differentiate between them because I would like different roasts in each one. And so like it was weird because I didn't have that aspect of socialization. And I don't know, I always knew all the baristas in all coffee shops because I would be there so often that I would just be like, hi, and they would know me and stuff, and it was really strange. And then, I got medicated for my anxiety and for my depression, and I think half a year into it, I was able to drink coffee again, and it was fantastic. So I'm a year back into coffee, but now I'm so like traumatized by remembering how anxious it would make me that I'm like easing myself into coffee. And so I get Nespressos because you can choose the intensity, and I usually get like a very mild one. And so I do coffee and oat milk because I'm technically lactose intolerant, but I like cheese too much, and so it's like pick and choose your battles. So I try to like not consume a lot of dairy, but I also can give up cheese. And my lactose intolerance is not like most people's, where like I don't have stomach problems with it. I get like these like goosebump things in my arms, which I never knew were lactose intolerance until I went to a dermatologist for something completely unrelated, and she was like, "You know you're lactose intolerant, right?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Yeah." So there are these like it's like goosebumpy skin on your arms, and that means that you're lactose intolerant. That's how your body reacts to lactose. But mine is just like very mild, and I'm not supposed to eat cheese, but I like cheese way too much. So it could also be caused by gluten, or however you spell it. So I actually don't eat a lot of gluten. I don't like bread that much, so I don't necessarily eat sandwiches. Neither do I eat lots of like. Yeah, I don't really eat that much gluten, so I would say that like mine is definitely caused by by lactose. Yeah, see, that's funny. Everybody, well, not funny. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that it's interesting how these things like come out. So I have them from lactose, and yeah, and so I was just like, oh, so now I try to like not consume as much dairy. Like not consume as much dairy, and so therefore I usually try to put oat milk in my coffee and oat milk in like cereal and stuff like that. But oh, hi Alenka. But I still do eat cheese, and I cheese. I mean, I'm sorry, I like cheese way too much. And not to be an ass, but like the consequences of bumps on my arms are not really as like disrupting to my life as the consequences could be. My wife drinks lactate brand, lactose-free milk and ice cream. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I drink not milk a lot. There is this plant-based milk that I really like for cereal because it's sweeter than normal milk. Yes, we do have fresh bread in Ukraine. So see, I don't like nut milks. I don't like macadamia. I know a lot of people do. I know it's like a very artisan nut milk, but I prefer. So I really like oat milk, and then I really, really, really love this brand. It's called Not Milk, literally Not Milk. And yeah, not milk, and it's plant-based, and it's kind of like sweeter than regular milk, not like too much sweeter. It's just like it has this like very fresh flavor, and it really, really resembles real milk. And it's really good. Like the package is just basically like a blue cow, and I think it's crossed out. maybe not. And it says literally not milk. And it's really, really good. So yeah, normally I don't like, plant-based milks either, but this one was genuinely very good. Thank you, Julie. I just stick with my 2% life. See, well, nice. But also, to be fair, I prefer oat milk and not milk to milk. I also generally can't like drink heavy things or can't eat heavy things that much. Like, I don't know, it's just like it makes me feel very heavy, and then like all day I'm kind of like tired. And so these the milks that are not real for some reason register better with my body in general. Yeah, not milk is really good. Try it out. And also, Charles, you should try it out with your wife because it's genuinely really good. And I know that I used to drink soy milk too before all of these other milks were available, and I'm not a fan either. Soy is also just very sweet, and it normally comes in like vanilla flavor, and it's just too much. Pacific Foods oat milk is really good too. Hi, Juju. Just thought about you. Hi, Jessica. Also, wait, I missed a question here. Let me see in my Q&A. Someone said, "What's your favorite cheese?" Oh my gosh, burrata. Burrata is my favorite cheese. You could blackmail me on a lot of levels with burrata, but it has to be like a very proper burrata because a lot of the times you will get them and then they're kind of like mozzarella. And I don't know, like burrata and mozzarella are not supposed to be the same thing. Burrata is supposed to be like very, very soft and creamy inside, and mozzarella is supposed to be solid. And so I love burrata, but when I say that, I mean like it has to be actual burrata because a lot of brands just make someone says, let's be honest, hot coffee is just a laxative for most people. I mean, I don't know. I do agree that it can be. I definitely don't use it for those purposes. But yeah. But burrata is really good. You guys look it up because it's basically, it has like mozzarella coating. Hi Victoria, привет. It has mozzarella coating, but it's like a ball. And when you slice it, it's like soft and creamy inside. It's really good. It's basically mozzarella, but it's like, the process of making it is a little different. So if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend. And there is this brand called Boof, like B-U-F, and they sell it at Whole Foods. I don't know, and they probably sell it at these like organic supermarkets in your area anyway, or like some like bougie store. It's $8 for the container. And it's one huge ball. No, it's two big balls of burrata, and they have the truffle one, and they have regular one. And their burrata is like, for commercial burrata, it's as good as it gets, I want to say. I never could coffee. I used to drink teas when I went to coffee shops with my friends on board game night. Yeah, a lot of people prefer tea to coffee. Exactly. See, I said that the eyebrow people are gonna come back because I dyed my eyebrows yesterday. Here we have it. Wild eyebrows, but I think I like them. Well, thank you, I guess. I like them, so that's the main thing that matters to me. Has now made me eat cheese while drinking coffee and pour a glass of milk. Oh my god. See, I'm glad I'm a positive influence. Ooh. See, Pamela gifted me this mug, and I love this mug because it warms my coffee. And I didn't even know that it was warming my coffee currently, and it did. And I like picked it up, and it's like, ooh, it's so warm. Also, guys, I'd like to let you know that we sold a lot of coasters from the lady in Ukraine who hand crocheted them, but we still have some left. So if you want the coasters still, and if you like the coasters, then I highly recommend you let me know. You can DM me on Patreon or on Instagram, depending where you're signed up. But we still have these left. we still have these left. They're hand crocheted coasters, and they're really nice. Привіт, Одеса! Привіт! Дуже приємно вас бачити. So, I still have some very, very bright colors, to be honest. Oh, these cameras. These. I have the cream color. These sold. Oh, wow, we sold a lot of coasters. I still have these left. And just a gentle reminder, today I'll post a video on Patreon. I'm not going to tell you which one yet. Orange for Halloween. Was it this one? It's like beigey. It's like camel. So they are, if you're in the United States, they're $20 for 2 coasters with shipping. They're $20 with shipping if you're in the United States. If you're outside of the United States, I need to check shipping specifically where it is to you, because US has like really increased their international shipping prices, and it's really upsetting. Так, я тебе розумію, звісно, я з України. Я зі Львова. Дуже приємно, привіт. А соняшники це було тобі, тому що в нас традиція через... Є такий тіктокер Джон Арбосис, і він говорить про новини про Україну кожен день, так само як я. І він кожного разу, коли до нього приходять українці, він не є українець, він просить людей, щоб вони засипали їх сонячниками. But so yes, someone was asking, yes, $20 including shipping for 2 coasters. They're hand crocheted, and they're not, so this is not something that I did. This is not something that goes to me. None of the money goes to me. It's a business. It's a small business from Ukraine. It's a woman who lives in Lviv, and she makes these, and she got laid off from her job during COVID, and then she wasn't able to find a new job. And she was working in the design industry for 15 years, and now she just crochets for a living, and she makes scarves, she makes a lot of stuff, but Anastasia asked me to see if I could sell these in the US, and so she sent me a bunch of these coasters. Yeah. And that's awesome that you found a shop from Kosів, so Lamar bags are from Kosів. Oh, привіт, Василь, привіт. Як справи? Василь, my little favorite, is here. Very little. My little 18-year-old favorite. See, Vasily, I always wanted a younger brother, and I think that I understand there are all of these people who want to be your mother or your father or your guardian or whatever. I just want to be a sister. Can I be an older sister? А чому напружено? Що відбувається? Yes, send Vasily sunflowers. Can I steal the role of an older sister? Is that still available? Because I know you definitely already have parents on all sides. You definitely have, like, you know, you have wives and husbands that are offering. You definitely have everything under the sun that's offering to be your relative. But if the sister spot is open, I'm here. I'm down, Sammy. Hi, Tawny. Oh, yay! Добре, це круто, це ж дуже круто. Ура! Ура, ура! Крутяк, молодець. Thinking about telling us some recipes, that would be great. So, I was thinking about telling you some recipes. So, well, I mean, with that, there is a catch. So my dad wants to send my grandmother here, his mom, because she's getting laid off in August from her job in the admissions committee of the National University, and she's 81. She's 81. Oh, hi, Tammy. She's 81, and my dad wants to send. Yay! Yes! Yay! I'm officially Vasily's older sister. I love it. I love it. I always wanted a brother. Who would have thought I would find one on TikTok? Yay. Oh, Vasily, I will be such a good older sibling. but but basically what I was gonna say is, what was I saying even? I forgot where I was. Oh my god. Someone call a doctor. Oh, my grandmother. And so my dad wants to send her here, but she's saying she doesn't know if she can go through the flight, so we're trying to convince her. And my grandma might live with me for like a month or two. And that means that grandma's going to be cooking, because that's what grandma does. Grandma loves stuffing people with food. And so I thought if that happens, I'm going to do a weekly YouTube video called Cooking with My Ukrainian Grandma. I mean, it's a working title. We will get something better. But I think that, yes, if that happens, then you guys would have a lot of grandma cooking content, because grandma would want to do something. And that would probably be very good for grandma, because she would feel like because like, my grandma, she loves the fact that she's going to work, and she's very mobile, like she's doing very well for somebody who's 81. And as in, like, she's really upset that Baba's cooking hour, perfect, but she would, babce, Baba is, very harsh. She says that Baba is on a market, and Babas are on the market, and she's babusa, or babce. And so she really likes working, and she's going to be super upset that she's not going to have that anymore, because she's like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to be so bored, I don't want to sit at home and just, like, talk to my friends all day. But she's, like, okay with the fact that she's getting laid off. She understands, because the university can't afford to have as many employees, and, like, I mean, she's way over retirement age. So she's totally fine with it, but she's just kind of like, I want to do something. And so we thought, well, hey, you could be the co-host to the channel, and you could teach people how to cook Ukrainian stuff. And my grandma, like, loves making Ukrainian food into comfort food. She uses so much butter and everything. I feel like my grandma would do very well in the South. She would just, like, Ukrainianize all of the, like, comfort food in the South. But so I'm gonna try and see if I can bring her over here in August, and then meanwhile I definitely will ask her for some recipes, and I will try to cook them myself as well. But I just feel like it's so much better when Ukrainian grandma makes it, especially because, yes, my grandma is very good at what she does in terms of fattening people, in terms of, like, overfeeding people. Yes, but also I will remind you about coasters again. If anybody wants one, please DM me on Instagram. $20 for two. There are two in a pack, and they're coasters. They're hand crocheted, and they're really nice. And all of the proceeds are going to the lady who made them. She's in Lviv, and this is how she makes her money. And if you guys still want one, please DM me. We still have. So we had 16 sets, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So that's a good ratio. A lot of you have purchased those. So that's very nice of you. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to be sending them out, like, tomorrow, probably. So, thank you, baby shoe. I would also love to learn how to create płysanki eggs if grandma knows how. I know how. But płysanki eggs are so tedious. Thank you, Jessica. You guys don't even know. Płysankis are so tedious, because you have this, like, płysanka, it comes from the word pysate, which means to write. So technically they're not painted, they're written. So pysate, płysanki. And we have this, like, tool that's like a płysanka, like a wax pan, and you put wax in it, and you basically cover the areas that you don't want to be dyed. And you have to do, płysankis take so long, and it's such a tedious craft. The first time you're making one, it's going to be bleeding all over the place, and it's going to look so bad, because it is a craft. It is a literal craft. And you gotta start with, like, very simple ones to kind of get idea of how to dip them. So it's basically like you put wax on, then you dip them into colored water, into water that's been treated with food dyes, like food safe dyes, and you have to dip them, then take them out, wait for them to dry, then wax them again, dip them. So it's like, it's a whole process. But it's very fun, but it's super tedious. Like, it'll take you a while. So yes. Yeah, they are very, very beautiful, and it takes a while to master the skill of how to make them that beautiful. I can't make them that beautiful. I paint my quisenkas. Oh, that's awesome! I'm so happy that your mom did that with you. It's so fun. That's amazing. Oh, let's see how my shell points are doing. To share shells. Nope. No shells. No shells to share. Okay. Far away from having shells to share. So no worries. Off that chai. Oh, and I also, somebody mentioned that I think it was Charles who mentioned that they get chai latte at Starbucks. Maybe, I do like chai latte as well. I really like Donna chai. I really like Donna. Oh, thank you, James. Thank you so much. I really like Donna chai from. It's like, it's a chai concept. Oh my god. Thank you, James. Closer now, definitely. Oh my god, thank you so much. But let's see. Donna chai is a chai concentrate, and you know, I found there is. If you guys like morning smoothies, I don't know if you do, but I used to love smoothies in the morning, so I would do like frozen fruit and some milk, right, and make smoothies, and I would add like a capful of chai concentrate into it from Donna Chai, and it's fantastic. It just gives it a little bit of like, of a very interesting flavor. Thank you, baby shoe. Let's see what's happening with the shells. Oh my god, I really hope that I can share them now. Wait. It's really good. So if you, smoothies are heavy for morning for me. I like kombucha. Oh, I see, kombucha makes me like, kombucha. Oh, thank you, Kay. Kombucha makes my stomach feel weird because it's very, very carbonated. I have a hard time with carbonated drinks. I only like those, the carbonated stuff. I only like those like pills that I put, like the Noon, the vitamins, because they're pretty, because they are pretty like lightly carbonated. But carbonated stuff in general is a little too, like, I don't know, upsets my stomach. But and kombucha is a probiotic, so it's, you know, there is a lot going on there. There is a lot going on there. Oh yeah, wow, we are like super close to giving away shells. That's, wow. We're like 1.6k out of 2k, and we were at like, I don't know, 200 earlier. Vlada, oh my god, that's awesome. Which university do you study at? That's so cool. Vlada 11M is gonna have Zelensky video conference with oh, University of Manitoba in Canada. That's so awesome. They're gonna have a video conference with Zelensky. Oh, I'm so jealous. I wish that we could participate. Thank you, Tony. I wish that we could participate. Yeah. Well, I wish that we could participate. I understand how to give shell energy, but have no clue why it's a thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm very curious. I'm very curious as to what the shell situation in general is like. Design super greatest super shell. Oh, I think for me it's like, it depends. on. Oh. Interesting. Share your shells. Well, I have no ability to share them yet, but I have a Murex shell to share and a Queen Conch shell. You know what's interesting, actually? So my dad is obsessed with shells. Thank you, baby shoot. My dad is obsessed with shells, and I have random shells, Привіт, Литва, in my apartment, everywhere. Not everywhere, but like in different places, because my dad sends them to me when he finds them on the beach. And the last shell that he sent me came with like sand from the place that he sent it to me from. I think it was Peru, honestly. But I'll bring it. I'll show it to you because I'm like proudly displaying it on one of my shelves. I almost said shelves, but let me bring it to you. See, now in the meanwhile, please entertain people. Yes. So this is the shell. See? It's very, like, first of all, sand. I opened one of my packages and I was just like, wait, what? And there was like a thing with sand and a shell, and so I put the sand into these. This is like a thing from earrings, and I get like the stud earrings from them because they're pretty inexpensive and they're very good quality. They don't make my ears irritated or anything, and so I keep these because I can put shells in them. And so this is the shell. I'll show it separately on TikTok and on YouTube, but this is the shell. Like, look how beautiful it is. And I have a bunch of really cool shells that my dad has found on the beach and like sent me. Oh, I just got some sand on my fingers from it. There was sand inside of it, but so this is the shell for those of you on YouTube as well. It's very cool. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, the shell does have a little house. And this is like, it doesn't necessarily fit, but I kind of like it because, you know, it's sheer, you can see through it. And I was really happy to receive it. It's like such a my dad thing to send. He has shells that he collects from different places where he goes, and he deliberately goes and like finds nice shells. Aren't shells houses? Basically, yeah, they are, but but at the time, but by the time that they get washed up on the shore, they're no one's house anymore. Oh, that's cool. That's so awesome that you and your dad have that tradition. I really want to go on a trip with my dad somewhere. I think both of us really want to go to Australia at some point, and I would really want to do that trip with my dad because there's a lot of nature and a lot of exploring, and my dad loves that kind of stuff, and so do I. So I really hope that we can go together. But yeah, this is my shell, and I'm very proud of it. Extremely proud of it. Oh, that's so awesome. Your dad was a surfer. That's awesome. That's really cool. Well, my dad is no surfer. Only houses will be able to afford. The way the housing market is now, that's the only houses we'll be able to afford. To be honest, like, if somebody made a shell-shaped house on the beach, I would be like, you're cool. I like you. You don't care about anybody around you. But yeah, let's see. No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 0.3 points away from shell giving. I wanted to say something. Cześć. Nobody wieczór. Ah, thank you, Sid. I'm gonna see, is Vasil live? No, Vasil's not live. Vasil, where are you? Are you still here? Thank you, Brandy. So yeah. Also, I'm really sorry for not doing the live at 1 p.m. today. There weren't a lot of people when I was talking about this, but I basically was trying, thank you, James. I was trying to go to sleep yesterday at a normal time. Well, like a normal time. Normal for me, because normally I stay up till 5 just like doing a bunch of... Oh, so I found a way to add sizing to the website. I have added sizing to hoodies already. I'm gonna add sizing to pants. Do you guys need sizing in centimeters or are inches okay? Because so far I only have sizes in inches under the description of every of like the items. But if you want sizing in centimeters as well, let me know. Ooh, small rock collections, that's cool too. So let me know if you want sizing in centimeters. Ooh, 1.9K out of 2. Where do you ship? Everywhere? Everywhere. I think so. Here's the thing. So it's the hoodies, like the hoodie that I always wear, the Ukrainian American spy hoodie, and they come in different colors. And I'm actually gonna get myself either a green one or I don't know. This one is for my dad, and I'm gonna send it to my dad. But he was like, yeah, if you wear it, it's cool because you know it's gonna smell like your perfume and stuff. And so, oh, thank you, baby shoe. And so basically, thank you, James. So I ship everywhere. There is shipping to Canada is $10. I believe shipping to the US is $10. Shipping to Europe is $15. And I think the only shipping that's like kind of expensive is China, Australia, and just very remote from here places. Let me see. Would be helpful to use centimeters. My wife understands centimeters better for her size. Okay, I will add. So it depends. It depends on the item. So the tracksuit. Так, я в Нью-Йорку. Я в Нью-Йорку вже 11 років, але мої батьки у Львові. Вам дуже дякую. Мої батьки, бабці з дідусем всі у Львові. Я єдина, хто не у Львові. Aren't they manufactured? Okay, so James said, aren't they manufactured in Europe? So it depends on the garment. Basically, the tracksuit is manufactured in Europe. It's in Lithuania. The hoodies are manufactured in the US. And then the pants are manufactured in the US. There are a couple of different European versus American destinations where things are manufactured, but I'm not the one who sets shipping prices. They do. So I know that basically, yeah, it's they set shipping prices. So I'm just going off of what they are. I found like shipping prices that through them you can like choose different shipping carriers, I guess, and I just chose the ones that were the cheapest, and that's what it is. I guess that they just rounded up. So no, Switzerland is so European destinations are $15 shipping, I believe. So yeah. Oh, share now. Okay. So, oh, what do you mean error cannot open? What do you mean? What? I just pressed share shells. Share now. What do you mean? What did it do? That's so upsetting. I just pressed share now and then it said error. And now it... Oh, share automatically in 31 seconds. Okay. No, I don't think you pay customs in Europe. Because some of these... some of the things are shipped out from Europe. I'll actually check, but it did not. It did not. It had a very detailed description of what the oh my gosh, of what the conditions were like, and I know that Canada definitely pays customs because Canada pays customs on everything, but. Murex from Senegal. Yeah, wait, you found the shells? So let me find out, you know, the other thing that I'm going to include in the description tonight is I'm gonna tell you which destination it ships from, because if you are buying it from if it's shipping from Europe, then you're not gonna have to pay customs. Also, I really don't understand. It tells me no shareable shells, but sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. Did you guys get shells? Am I crazy? Because it was like share now, then it gave me an error, then it said that it'll automatically share in like a minute, in 30 seconds, and now I press share now and it won't let me. And I'm really mad about that, because what the heck? What the heck? That's so upsetting. I pressed share and it didn't, and it gave me an error. That's so upsetting. What? Oh no. No, you can't see my socks. I'm also not wearing socks. No, yeah, that's what I was doing. Like, it doesn't give me here. Like, see, this thing comes up. I think it's a network error. Genuinely, because it keeps telling me, like, oh, share now. I press it and then it goes error. Oh, wait, let me do this. I'm gonna pause the live for a second, and then I'm gonna unpause it to see if this is gonna do something. Okay. Let's see if that changes anything. Okay. Now let's see what's happening. What the? Check in. No, but it was giving me. No, because it literally. Yeah, I did. That's the thing, that it glitched. It just glitched and didn't give out shells because I got that whole like share shells now. Oh. Yeah, it's so annoying. Oh. It gave me the share shells now and I pressed it and then it said error. And now I didn't share shells. For those of you who are on YouTube and TikTok, there is this like scavenger hunt for shells. And I was trying to share shells and it didn't happen. There is like a TikTok game with shells here, and like if I get shell gifts, then I can share shells, and but it's like you gotta get a specific amount of them, and we did, and then it told me to share shells, and I pressed it, and it didn't let me share shells, and now I'm sad because how dare they? It is sabotage. That's not nice. Of TikTok. Thank you, Mad Max. And now we're very far away from. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, look. Wait, it's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. They're sharing. They're sharing. 60 shells are sharing. Yay. Maybe they heard me complaining and they were like, fine, we'll fix it. You noticed. Right? They were just like, fine. Fine. Yay. Okay. Good TikTok. Good boy. Or good girl. Good they. Yeah, I might have to update the app. I'm gonna check on it after the live. I'm still very curious what it is that my dad sent me with FedEx. Because I still didn't know. Ooh, there. Almost. 2, 1, go! Shells are available for sharing. Oh. Ooh. So cool. I wonder what TikTok would identify as. Wait, did you get your shells? That was fast. Because they were available and they were absolutely unavailable right away. Hey guys, somebody on YouTube, moderators, if you could please, yes, of course, I'm gonna try to do an unboxing when it comes here. But so moderators, if you could go on YouTube, there is a Russian troll that asked me if I'm excited about all the dead Ukrainian commanders. We lost 53 in one day. I don't know. See, Russians love these fairy tales. They just love making stuff up. How could one lose 53 commanders in one day? 53 commanders in one day. Very reasonable amount. Totally possible. Right? These Russian bots are crazy, genuinely. Like, who writes their scenarios? They make no sense. You lost 53 commanders in one day. Yes, because that's possible. That's reasonable. Anyways, org demons for sure. Definitely. Orc humans. Or org demons. Parashins, yes. Parashins, yes. Дмитро, дякую. Parashins. I concur. Well, if someone is able to, that would be orcs. Exactly. Only Ruskies would be able to lose so much, but not Ukrainians. That's very true. Like, they have lost so many commanders to date, and they're like, yes, we have annihilated 53 Ukrainian commanders in one day, and oh my gosh, Nazar, one of my moderators, reposted like a video from TikTok, and it was a person talking about how they went onto like Russian Defense Ministry website, and there were two commanders, and they were like given medals for basically like almost stopping like multiple launch rockets with like their bare hands or something. Like, it was as ridiculous as that, and the dude was like, what? What? Like, what are these superhumans? Like, how do you get... It was like an award for something literally impossible. And it was the funniest thing ever. And I'm just like, yes, these Russian people are really making up the craziest stuff. And the people inside Russia are like eating it up. Like, what? Also, thank you guys for sharing all of your headphone suggestions. I got so many different like headset suggestions. I got so many different suggestions in my Instagram DMs, and I'm looking into all of them. Now I've got great suggestions and way too many. Now I don't know even where to start. So I'm gonna look over them today. That was very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. Literally. I agree. I agree with you, David. Yeah, no, seriously, like, they should be writing movies. This is like one of the things that I was saying in the beginning of this war, right? Like, the people who write Russian propaganda, I mean, they're creative, right? You gotta be creative to make this stuff up. So I'm kind of wondering, why wouldn't these people just try and work for Hollywood, make normal amounts of money, and actually, like, do something with their life? You know, they could write action movies, they could write soap operas, they could write blockbusters, like, they could write fantasy. Fantasy is their genre, and they could be making normal money, and they could be actually, like, you know, going about their career, but instead they write Russian propaganda. I don't understand. All because we don't want you wasting money on Apple. That's so funny. Well, but before sanctions, I'm just like, hey guys, you know, you're talented. That is a talent. Moscovstan. Yeah, movies are actually horrible in Russia. I mean, like, I've seen some when I was younger, and movies and music in Russia are garbage. Like, music is all, we call it popsa. Popsa is like a derogatory word for pop music, because it's just basically like, oh, like pop garbage, right? And it's all like, I love you, you love me, you left me, you left me, you left me for a richer man. It's like literally this kind of stuff. And it's all so like, there is no soul, no style, there is no purpose to it. It's just basically like, yeah, love me, love me. I personally despise Russian music. I think it's so bad. What did I walk into? You walked into me making fun of Russian music. Yeah. Maybe they use children's creative assignments as propaganda. Actually, for sure, they do. Oh my god. Oh, that's the funniest thing I've heard in a while. Okay, I gotta go soon, but before I do, I would. Oh, I can't play. The volume on YouTube is really low. Well, I can change it because do you think the volume on YouTube is low? I was gonna say that I wanted to play a Ukrainian song before I go, but then I realized that I'm using my iPad for YouTube, so I can't. Unless, wait, let me see if I exit out of here. Yeah, so I can't do that. But I said a little while ago that, I'm gonna try and teach John how to sing Mislo Vesny, which is the song about Lviv, and we're gonna try and sing it as a duet and record it. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have to run because it's been a while, and me and Cindy definitely, and I overslept live today because my phone died in the middle of the night. And hi Alicia. I'm going to basically, I need to do, so yes, John has, John will be singing the part of Odin and I will be singing the part of Vakarchuk because my voice range is low, like in a woman's voice range, and his voice range is high in a man's voice range, and he can also hit very high notes, and he also is like he's much better at singing than I am, and her part is much more difficult. It's very nice to see you too, Mad Max, and I will see you guys. Oh, that's so awesome. I have a Ukrainian songs playlist in my beacons, in my link in bio. My mom and dad are good. I'm waiting for a package from my dad, a surprise package that he didn't tell me what's in it, so we're all very curious, and once it arrives, I will obviously, that I'll share with you. But so yes, I will see you guys later today. I'm gonna try and make the news at 7:30. I'm most likely actually gonna have to reschedule it for 8:30 because provided that I'm running late to everything today, I'm not gonna make it, so I'm gonna reschedule it. I will see you guys later. Bye. It was good to see you. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye, YouTube. I will see you later today, and I still don't know how to exit from iPad.